We've heard of a potential move to Inter Milan on loan for a week or two now, Chris. It looks like it's developed slightly. I read reports yesterday that we might get the Sunderland game out of him.
Yeah, I read something along those lines that he'd have a big farewell at the Sunderland game.
But the Gazzetta dello Sport saying he's actually gone for a medical now, which doesn't mean anything. He could have the medical and still play for Liverpool for a couple of games. Pick up his injury
in Sunderland and the move be off.
Exactly.
But no, I think this time it feels like Lucas is going.
Yeah.
I would. Well, he can go for a medical. He can't sign for them because the transfer window's not open, isn't it? So he's not signing until January anyway.
Yeah.
I'd guess we'd get Sunderland because I guess Klopp wants to rotate his squad a little bit for that game. Am I sad? Probably not. I think it's time Joe Gomez stepped up anyway. I think he's ready to make that move to fourth-choice centre-back. I think that's the important thing here. And look, Lucas, he's been around for a long time. He's still only 29, randomly enough, isn't he? You think of him as early 30s and stuff. He'll go and he'll have a good career at Inter Milan, and I wish him the best as well because he's been a good player for us, and he's had some testing times at Liverpool, and he's stepped in this season. He's done a good job at centre back. He's played in centre midfield for us, but ultimately the team's moving away from him as a footballer.
Yeah.
We don't have a spot where we can just go, let's play Lucas in there every single week as a DM, because our DM, he can't do it, and he's not a good enough passer of the ball. He's a good passer of the ball for a centre back, which is I think why he's moved back, but he doesn't fit with us anymore, and times change and clubs move on, and so do men and women and all kinds of stuff.
Go ahead.
It's just what happens, mate.
New year, new beginnings.
Sunset.
I feel like out of all the times he could have gone, this doesn't feel like the right time in terms of squad depth, but it feels like the right time in terms of he's been playing a bit part role for so long now. The only thing I'd say is Joe Gomez hasn't even featured in the squad yet, the first team squad, since he's come back from that injury. So it feels a little bit premature to be getting him completely ready for this move to go before we've even seen Joe Gomez come back. The fact that he's even played a role this season, to me, shows that he isn't that surplus to requirements. Ragnar Klavan must have done it. I mean, he's come in and he's done a good job when he's played now, Klavan. But he didn't do anything wrong to be knocked out of the team, really, when Lucas came out. So maybe he was just giving him a trial and saying, look, if Lucas comes in and he's a revelation playing at centre-back, then I won't look to move him away, but I'll give him a few
Maybe he felt he owed Lucas something as well, because, he's a loyal servant. I don't think you could ever say that he is purposely let Liverpool down. No. He's never agitated at any point while he's been at the club. He's only ever worked and improved and improved himself. He's I don't know what I have to say. He's almost like the heart of the team in some respects, not in a footballing sense, but he's so important to the how the clubs run off the pitch, Jamie.
Yeah, I think I'm gutted if he goes, because I've always liked Lucas. I was a critic for him when he first came in and he weren't really up to par with the stands and all that. But it's also it's got that Rafa link as well, because he's the last Rafa player to come into the squad and all that. And if he leaves, I'll be gutted. I think it'll be the summertime would be the best for him to leave. Considering, like you're saying, with the squad depth and all that, I don't think it's the right time for him to leave. But if he does go, good luck to him and all that.
Yeah, you're right. I think that I agree with the Gomez thing. I think by all accounts I've read somewhere that Klopp believes that Gomez is ready to get back, which is great because he has been out for a long time, and if that's the case, it means that he's further along.
But you just
in
have
his
to
rehabilitation.
Look at Danny Ings. Danny Ings came back 20 minutes into his first game back. He's out for the rest of the season. That's the only thing that would be in the back of my mind, because we don't want to be getting Stephen Corker on loan again, do we, as an emergency?
No, but we could be planning to move for a centre back. We just don't know, do we? That's the thing. Like, and if Klopp is happy with his options, you know, everyone had a go at him in the summer about how we've got no cover for full-backs and all that type of stuff. Well, he saw before us that Trent Alexander-Arnold was further along than he thought, and, you know, he knew that James Milner was going to be playing the left-back. Kind of like trust the manager on this one. He's building his squad. He's not going to intentionally leave us short at centre-back.
No.
I don't think, I'm actually not, I don't think we're being left short at centre-half as much, but I think it goes back to this thing of, what's the point of keeping Lucas? Let's say we keep him around till Sunderland. What's the fucking point? Because who is our shut the game down defensive midfielder? Is it Kev Stewart? I mean, I don't know. I would presume unless we move for someone else.
He's drifted, hasn't he, in recent weeks, Kev Stewart? I don't know whether that's just because he's kind of told him, just get your head down, and we don't need you right now. Just keep working and training and messing about, you know, messing around though, playing with the under-23s and stuff, messing around with the under-23s. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've always liked Kev Stewart. I think he could do a job in there. I don't feel like Lucas.
I think he's done a job in there. I think when he's been asked to do that, he's done it fine. But it's another one of those where
closing the game out though. I haven't seen him do that job. I think like Lucas has fallen away from doing that in recent times because he always gives that 89th minute free kick outside the box away. I don't look at Lucas and go, yeah, great, send Lucas on to close the game out. For me, he hasn't done that for a little while with confidence, but that's just me.
Yeah. But that's it. I think we talked about this on the, I think it was the half-season review the other day, because is that we've moved back towards that a little bit more in the last few games of like, yeah, great, we will throw at whether it's to shut the game down or whether it's just to eat a minute or two's worth of time up on the clock. I don't know, but Kev Stewart seemed to be the guy to do that at the start of the season. Lucas has become it around now. I don't know. I'm concerned over it, if only so much as what's the point? If you're only going to let Lucas go out on loan anyway, why has Kev Stewart not been on the bench?
I don't know. You don't know whether Inter placed a bid in the last week or 3 months ago, do you? But I would hazard a guess that we've got 4 midfielders in Lallana, Wijnaldum, Henderson and Chan fighting for 3 spots. And if you want to shut the game down, for me, there's no bother putting Chan back in a defensive midfielder role, dropping him a little bit deeper. It's somewhere that he played last season, did a really great job that we all seem to have forgotten about. Yeah. Beginning of the season, everyone was saying Emre Can's the number 6. He can do that job.
Oh, it's not. I don't think it's forgotten about, but that definitely leaves us a body short if that's the case, because that's not what he's been.
But then you've still got Emre Can, you've got Wijnaldum, you've got Jordan Henderson, you've got Kev Stewart, you've got Brannigan. You got loads of players, mate. I don't think we're a body short.
But we are, because if Lucas goes and no one replaces him, that's therefore one.
Yeah, well, Brannigan will come into the first.
But he's going out on loan as well.
Well, okay, we're a body short.
You get my point.
We're selling a player, we're going to be a body short, is your point.
Yeah.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
It's what's going to happen.
Yeah. But
I'm not worried that's the problem, though, being a body short. Yeah. I think we've got the players to cover those positions with the players that we've got, hence why we can sell the player to be a body short.
The only thing I'd think is if we're seriously going for a title challenge, there's been so, whether it's true or not, and people say you don't win stuff with kids, having the 29-year-old who's been at the club 10 years, who's a centre defensive mid, who you want to put on to break games up and be a more defensive, I know that Emre Can can do that. Whether I believe he's mature enough to, in a game, say like, you're a centre defensive mid, you're going on here to break the game up and whether he'd get dragged forward and stuff, I don't know. I'd rather trust Lucas with that and have Emre Can. He's come on and he came on against Stoke at the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's been getting better and better every week and doing different things and getting back into the game. It's just we've got a very attacking squad, in my opinion, and all the players we're being linked with are attacking players, and all the players that are being linked to leave are defensive players. Yeah. And I feel like that's still the wrong way round, and that's what concerns me.
I suppose the one thing is, Jim, is that Kev Stewart has been playing, as Sam says, for the under-23s. Lucas probably doesn't need football. At that age of his career, he can just come in and, again, drop him in and do a job. Whereas Kev Stewart, at 23 going 24, he desperately needs to play football just to get the experience up. So it's actually, maybe that is kind of similar to what Sam was saying. Maybe they've kind of gone, go and get a load of 90 minutes under your belt, because when January comes around, you're going to be right back in the frame for playing in the first team again.
Yeah, with Kev Stewart as well, I just think that he's with the young lads coming through with the team. I think he's got more energy than Lucas. I think he can do a better job than Lucas in that defensive midfielder role, attacking wise as well. Because Lucas, when he came into the squad, he was meant to be that attacking midfielder, and he was meant to be all this and that. And then he got dropped down towards the defensive midfielder role. He hasn't really scored a goal in years for Liverpool as well. With Kevin Stewart, I think he's just got that better attacking quality about him. So, in terms of breaking down the play though and stuff like that, Lucas is the man for it. Yeah. But
the very, very limited fears I have over it, because it's not. I'm not losing any sleep over it really, but will be allayed dependent upon the Kev Stewart thing. Because if we just start putting him back on the bench, that's fine, because I know I'm comfortable with him doing the job. It's just that thing of if we pick up an injury to Wijnaldum or Lallana again, Chan's in, and then if Kev Stewart's been not involved because he's not good enough, and then we look at to shut the game down.
If he's not involved because he's not good enough, we wouldn't be selling Lucas.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see.